as I'm looking through your testimony and kind of looking at some of the stats behind this, I'm just trying to understand some of the numbers and where they come from and whether we really have a full picture on what's behind the deaths and whether it's just alcohol. That you did mention in part of it, I don't know whether it was during your testimony, pardon me, or whether it was during an answer, but you did mention something about don't stop testing. And I guess I'd like to understand that a little bit more and your thoughts on that, because thinking pharmacologically about the effects of alcohol, you can have impairment from alcohol, and then you can have impairment from other drugs like opioids or like cannabis, and particularly with cannabis, you're not if you're impaired to a certain level with alcohol and you're add in cannabis, that's actually an additive effect on top of the impairment. And we do know that of those people that use both alcohol and cannabis, they are twice as likely to use them together. So I guess my question to you is if you can speak behind the numbers and whether you think that they're a realistic view of whether this is just alcohol use we're dealing with or whether this is a combination of alcohol plus something else like an opioid or like cannabis, and whether those figures would help us understand a bigger picture of where we might be seeing impaired driving. I know that's a long question, but thank you. Appreciate it.
Well, it's an excellent question, and the honest answer is it's hard to tell. That's part of the reason that we produced our safety research report here within the last year that focuses on multi-drug use and drug use other than alcohol. This is a growing challenge, and it's not as easy to detect these other impairing substances because we don't have the same sort of testing ability that we do with alcohol, where you can pretty much instantly test at the site. I think with regard to the statistics, it's hard to know where there might be multiple impairing substances involved with regard to individual fatalities or individual crashes. And that part of the reason for that is this issue that I referenced, the stop testing policies that some states have, where they test blood, and once they determine that the alcohol level is at an impairing level, they stop testing. They don't look for other substances. And that is making it difficult for us to capture the reality of what's going on the roads with respect to other impairing substances. We've recommended that states not apply those stop testing policies and continue to test at least for the most common impairing substances so that we have a better picture of what's happening.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Chair.